everyone, welcome to Teensy Vintage. This is Teresa. Today we're working in my small art journal. I'm going to use a page from this old atlas and a page from this old dictionary to create a background that has a little bit of texture and a little bit of color. So I'm just randomly picking out some pages here, and we're going to tear off pieces and make interesting shapes and glue those down with our glue stick. It's pretty easy to get your hands on some old books that are not historically or have any kind of literary merit or anything like that. They're just old books, and some people get really upset when I tear out pages from old books. But I am a librarian as my day job, and I'm here to tell you, it's okay. Sometimes old books are just old books, and you can repurpose them into something else, like art. Some old books are worth a lot of money and are important books, so if you're not sure, leave it alone, but you can usually tell. This old atlas is from 1978, I believe. Very out of date, not really useful. And the dictionary, also very old, but not a rare dictionary by any means. It's a good old Merriam-Webster. I found it in the thrift store, love it. And now it can have a second life in my art journal. So I'm going to glue down this strip of Illinois here right across my dictionary pages, just to give a splash of color. And I really like the way the map and the dictionary pages look with each other. So now I have an interesting background, and of course I dropped the ink pad here and got ink all over my fingers. Oh well, the perils of art. So now I'm going to add in some of this Mermaid Lagoon blue. I'm trying to get it to drip, and it kind of does, but it doesn't really drip the way I want it to. So we're just going to go in a different direction. Just go ahead and paint in the areas that I want to have some blue, and I'll add a little more water here and there to kind of give it a drippy look, kind of a watery effect, and then just add the blue where I want it to be. And you can see I'm holding my paintbrush at the very end, and that gives me less control over where the paint or the ink goes, rather, and it gives me more of a free-form look. If you want more control over where your paint or ink goes, you want to hold the brush closer to the brush part and not closer to the end. And this is something you can play with in your journal and figure out what works and how to make different marks and styles with your paintbrushes, just based on where you're holding the brush. So now that that is down, I'm going to go in here with a beautiful purple. This is Villainous Potion. I love this purple. And I'm going to use it over a stencil. It's a joggle stencil. And I'm going to list all the supplies and medium that I use below in the description. So we're going to add some more floral over here. And I really love the way this purple and blue look together. And we're going to put a few more bits of purple down there. So now I've got kind of 3 areas of purple. So again, I'm working with my odd numbers. Now we're going to go with a little gesso to kind of push back some of this color. It's very bright. And I'm using an old gift card to just kind of put some gesso down, smear it a little bit. Again, you can use your fingers, you could use a brush, sponge, whatever you want to use. Now I'm going to use some of these beautiful stamps. These are from Art by Marlene. And I'm just going to use my Archival ink. I love jet black. It stands out really nicely. So we've got this row of tiny eyes. There's also another little one that I'll use here. I'm going to make sure everything is dry. The Archival ink dries pretty quickly, but I didn't want anything to smudge. So now we're going to go in with this little tiny stamp. It's a hand. And we're just going to make some marks here with our tiny hand. And again, using our Archival ink. And just whatever feels right. This is a great set of stamps. It's got a lot of different squiggles and marks and lines, and it's a very fun set. Okay, so I'll put it back in my case. And now, oh, that was quick. I'm gonna get some Tim Holtz paper dolls. I'm going to add a little bit of the Villainous potion, the purple, around the sides, just to cover up some of the white of the cardboard there. Also to help them blend into the picture a little more, and I'm going to glue them down. And they're going to be my focal point. They're going to go right there. A little offset, a little bit center, but kind of more towards the left. And I'm going to use my Stabilo All pencil to create something for them to stand on so they're not just floating around. And I'm going to activate it with a little bit of water. So I'm going to use a regular size brush here just to get the big spots. And then I'll go back in with the micro brush to get the details, to do the lines around the edges, and to get any little spots around their shoes. This way they have the ground and they're not floating, like I said. And we will dry that. And now we'll find a sentiment, something to put on there. I think we ended up with Your Tender Heart. Because why not? I'm just going to go around the edges with the vintage photo ink and stick that down there, and that's all done. This is it. Another quick video. Y'all, I'm on a roll. I'm having a great time just making art and having fun, and I hope you are too, and I will see you next time.